Hey y'all, it's your girl Sunny C, and I'm back with another SpookyyCyph, which is my way of celebrating Halloween with you guys. With 2020 being such a year of exposure and literally being a conspiracy theorist wet dream, I decided to make this episode about a long-lived conspiracy theory, and I use that term very loosely because this quote-unquote theory is rooted in reality.
To do this matter-of-factly because it's just too much right material, but there's huge ceremony.
But what are you eye-rolling, motherfucker?
I'm eye-rolling that the Illuminati doesn't control the world because nobody's that organized.
Well, maybe they're not, but did you ever see that Bohemian Grove thing? That is absolutely 100% real. No, it's not. So what, Brian? It's people dressing up like wizards, saying some sacred ritual.
Doesn't mean they control shit.
It's weird, burning an effigy in front of an owl god.
Same with Burning Man.
The Bohemian Club was formed in 1872 by Henry Edwards as a sort of social club for men of all means that were interested in arts and cultures and all that stuff. It's a super exclusive club that still operates to this day, but now only consisting of like super wealthy, super powerful men. No women or kids allowed. As of today, it has around 2,400 members, and though that number may make it seem less exclusive, there's a 20 to 30 year waiting list as of today, a $25,000 fee to join, plus a $5,000 annual fee to keep the membership. It's not no regular schmegler type of shit. Plus, they only recruit off a referral, which means you have to be like super plugged in, really know the right people, and yeah, it's not regular schmegler. The clubhouse is famously located in an old masonry building on the corner of Post Street and Taylor Street in the Union Square district of San Francisco. It is said to be super exquisite with a theater, bar, art gallery, and guest rooms, all available to members only. Of course, that's the point of it being quote-unquote seclusive. So this all sounds pretty decent so far. Pretty normal. A giant boys club where wealthy and normally uptight men get to like hang out and let their hair down and unwind. Cool. But the part where things start to get a little funky starts in 1878. 6 years after the founding of the Bohemian Club, they start the controversial tradition of the Bohemian Grove. Now, this is the ceremony that a lot of conspiracy theorists like talk about. This is what you'll mainly hear. The club itself is the Bohemian Club, and I thought I'd give a little backstory on that. But yeah, Bohemian Grove. Every year in June or July, these exclusive club members meet up for 2 weeks in the Redwood Forest, also known as Sonoma County, California. I don't know if you guys know, but redwood trees are fucking huge, so they have the privacy from the trees on a 27,000 acre campground. So that's a lot of space, a lot of freedom. And on top of having the privacy from the trees, there's a strict no cell phone policy, no outside communication. There are also cameras everywhere, security at every entrance, local police patrolling, and Secret Service officials on duty. So they got that shit on lock. I don't know what is so secretive about it that they would need to do all that, but it is, you're not getting in there. At least they thought. Well, cut to Alex Jones.
They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it. Make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans, okay? Hillary Clinton is a goddamn demon. All I know is psychopaths operate. They're not human. I don't like them, okay?
You know, I don't want this to have ever happened, but I wish it was real instead of fake. That is 100 times more scary.
Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake, with actors, in my view, manufactured.
Now, I do subscribe to a couple tin hat theories myself. I frankly don't understand people that 100% trust the government, just my opinion. Regardless, Alex Jones has always been someone I kind of like to stay away from because, obviously, as y'all saw, he does way too much. But I gotta give him props for being the only person to sneak onto the campground and get actual footage of the activities going on there.
Time of malevolence which would pursue us here has lost its power under these friendly trees. So shall we burn thee once again this night, and in the flames that eat thine effigy, we shall read the sign, Midsummer sets us free. Ye shall burn me once again. Not with these flames, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign. Ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire. Wow. Prince of all mortal wisdom, Owl of Bohemia, we beseech thee, grant us thy counsel. O great Owl of Bohemia, we thank thee for thy adjuration. Begone, dull care. Fire shall have its will of thee. Begone, dull care. And all the winds make merry with thy ducks. Hail, fellowship's eternal flame. Once again, midsummer sets us free.
The biggest shocker of these tapes was in him capturing the opening ceremony known as the cremation of care, which has been part of the retreat since 1881. The ceremony consists of the members dressing in red hooded robes, some carrying torches and others carrying what appears to be a casket made of wood, and the casket contains an effigy of a human made from wooden skeleton stuffed with straw. Now we're getting into the weird freaky deaky shit. And this effigy / dummy is called Care, which they proceed to burn. Some members dress as tree spirits to influence peers and other members to release their cares. They then chant and sing while the effigy burns in front of the watchful eyes of a 40-foot tall wooden owl. Creepy side note about that, conspiracy rumors claim that it actually may be a statue of the bull-headed pagan god Moloch, which is being mistaken for an owl because of the quality of the video. Moloch is well known for being the god of child sacrifice, which, if you know any Hollywood shit going on this year with 2020, all that being exposed, starting to come kind of full circle. Some other Bohemian Club traditions include a sort of comedy skit thing they call hijinks or low jinks, where the men let loose and make degrading sexist jokes, basically a giant boys club activity in a sense, but that part I couldn't really find footage of on the internet. Though no women or children are allowed to join, women are allowed to work on the campgrounds, which they weren't allowed to a certain point. I think they had a lawsuit in either the 90s or late 80s where they just said, fine, we'll let you guys work here. And they are brought in for sexual reasons along with male escorts, which has given me a lot of Epstein vibes. I don't know, that's a real red flag for me. The biggest red flags about the Bohemian Grove, or even the club itself, is that the members are some of the most powerful people in the world. While the motto is, quote, "Weaving spiders come not here," which is from Shakespeare's A Midnight Summer's Dream, and to reflect the idea that the members aren't supposed to discuss or worry about business while they're there, it's clearly not the case with this much power and influence in one area. And it's actually been proven that that's not the case. It was here at the Bohemian Grove where Dr. Edward Teller laid down the groundwork for the first hydrogen bomb in 1942, which many know is a huge turning point in American warfare and the world in general. And though the group tries to distance themselves from these rumors of meeting up to basically run the world, with the track record of every Republican president being a member since 1923, it's not looking very good for them. It's known that in 1967, Nixon actually gave a off-the-record speech there, which is thought to launch his run for the White House, to which Ronald Reagan, president at the time, promised to not oppose him in the upcoming election, basically giving this nigga the hookup, the leeway, straight away. Another example is George H.W. Bush joined in the club in 1973, and in 1995 he introduced his son George W. Bush, saying, quote, "He'd make a great president." Ironic. One of the most concrete stamps of weird shit going on is the fact that 3 of the 5 families are members of the Bohemian Club. For my non-conspiracy theorists out there, the 5 families are said to be the behind-the-scenes leaders of the entire world. The Rockefellers, the Morgans, and the Bushes are the 3 out of those 5 families that are part of the Bohemian Grove, or club, same shit. They're all super influential families, and I just can't believe that it's a coinky-dink that they also happen to be members of this super seclusive club. There are also less wealthy but equally influential members such as Mark Twain, Bing Crosby, Clint Eastwood, Walter Cronkite. Oh, somebody's gonna flame me in the comments for that one. Henry Kissinger, and basically just authors, journalists, and actors alike that have been very influential to the culture and how the world's been running lately.
Always been arrested and had their film confiscated. And in July of 2000, I snuck in and shot some hidden video, the only video to ever get out of the Grove.
How did you manage to sneak in?
I basically came to the main gate and crawled down through the swamp and then went up and got into the main parking area where they have these big open backed trucks that come in and take the members in. And I basically just climbed on to the truck with some other members, had a conversation with them, and then they stopped us at an internal checkpoint, and some security people climbed on asking us what group we were with, and I knew enough about some of the club's names inside to tell them I was part of the Hillbillies, which is the Texas delegation.
So what do you guys think? Personally, I'm with the conspiracy theorists on this one. I'm not buying into the whole, oh, it's just the boys club, we're just fucking around front that they put on. I have no doubt they bullshit a lot, because it's been said that people that work there will see future senators and presidents running around ass naked, pissing on trees, being fucked up. But it's been proven that some big political discussions have happened there that have affected the actual world, such as setting up who will basically be the next president with the whole Nixon thing. And with Alex Jones being correct about Epstein, how much of a stretch would it be for me to think maybe all of the male and female prostitutes there may not be the age of consent, or even there of their own volition? And trust me, I tried to find a link between Epstein and Bohemian Club, but I'm sure they're gonna wipe all that shit clean with everything going on with him. I feel like wealthy men in a secluded campground for 2 weeks with unchecked power and tons of booze is just a bad idea in the first place. On a somewhat lighter note, I do think it's hilariously ironic that a group of conservative Christian white men gather in the woods to chant and do witchcraft once a year. Hey, maybe 2020 is just a result of the ritual gone wrong last year, and now we're all paying for this shit. Anyways, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because I'm sure the Secret Service will be here any minute. Deuces, y'all. Let me know what you think down below.